There's a difference between showcase clear speed and effective clear speed. This has been a problem for a few seasons as people talking past each other on the issue, inflating claims about clear speed to the point people sometimes make ridiculous claims on clear speed in general. The most apt analogy I can think of is the difference between the word freedom in American politics, where the right uses freedom to mean free to do as you please, and the left uses freedom to mean freedom from consequences of life. They both have a valid definition of freedom, but most of the time it's just the two sides arguing for their version and not actually having a conversation. Editing things takes a while, so hit the sub button in the corner if you want. I heard all the cool streamers hide their faces and stuff like this. This is just the best way to stream. Actually, this is kind of stupid. If you're gonna make videos and put your face out there, why don't you just put your face out there? It's really stupid. Well, even dumber than that would be wearing like a mask or something while you're streaming. Anyway, sub button's there. So I have built a class that something I would consider at having bad effective clear speed, a whirlwind assassin, mainly due to the fact you have to spin to win, or more aptly, spin constantly or die quickly. So stopping to loot isn't only inefficient, it's also dangerous. And the looting ability on any whirlwind class, really. I mean, barbs have an easier time because they have a higher life pool. But the problem is you have to keep spinning to win. So if you have a long hallway that is packed full of monsters and a jewel drops on the ground that you want to pick up, you can't simply stop in the middle of the pack and pick it up. You have to clear the entire pack. So sometimes, and you know how tunnel vision works, you run down the entire hallway before the pack finally ends and you get a breather. Then you have to run back down the hallway, go pick up the item, and then run back through the stuff you just cleared and then keep going. That's bad effective clear speed. Now, on the summons on, or on my multi-shot summon hybrid, why am I still running decoys? It's because I like having a good effective clear speed. So when I clear a room with multi-shot, sometimes that's good enough because the spread is so good to pick off all those little monsters. You know, on a melee class, you roll a map with Deadly Strike on it or something, having two monsters up is enough to, slap you around if, they have some nasty mods on them. So you kind of have to clear everything. Well, on the multi-shot zone specifically, I can clear the room, pop one decoy to suck up the one or two mobs that are left, if there even are any, pick up my item and move on. I mean, on those big packs that the Whirlwind Assassin has to run through the entire pack, I can stop in the middle of a pack for a second, drop one decoy, and pick up my item, ID it, sometimes throw it on the ground, and then keep moving. So the effective clear speed on my multi-shot summon hybrid is really good. And, well, or so I thought. So, I've always argued that effective looters, like Summons On, will have better effective clear speeds overall. It's something like someone saying, I'm driving a Ferrari, so I'm faster than you in your Toyota. Well, on the track, that might be true, but in the world of traffic and red lights, our stand-in for looting, I go the same speed in my Toyota as you in your Ferrari. Top-end speed means nothing in the real world, where traffic and red lights are the main controlling factor for how fast you get somewhere. That's why speeding is actually kind of stupid, guys. Look at your effective speed on your car next time you take a long trip. Speeding gets you nowhere any faster. But what I found when I timed a few of these maps was that this is only partially true, which is why I'm dedicating a video to it. So let's take a look at the clear speed between my multi-shot summon hybrid, one of the most effective looters in the game, and the Whirlwind Assassin, one of the least effective looters in the game. And all of these maps are going to be 200 to 300 Chaldeums with varying degrees of life on them. Now, the Assassin, I did a couple run-throughs with no loot. I won't go, the numbers are there, you can read them. I won't be boring and read it off like a PowerPoint, but the average clear speed was 7 minutes and 33 seconds on a run-through with no loot. And then what I did, because the map is cleared, I put on Burst of Speed, ran back through the map, and picked up all the items. Doing that took me an average of just under 2 minutes. So really, even though I can put out a showcase video, and I will, on the Assassin, clearing Chaldeums in sub 7 minutes, and it'll go even faster once I keep gearing it up. It's only level 86, so this isn't a really one-to-one comparison. But the average clear speed of this Whirlwind Assassin effectively was 9 minutes and 32 seconds on, these 200 juicy Chaldeums. Now, what I did then was I decided to loot, just as I'm going, which means, you have to do that thing where you clear the pack out, get to a safe spot, go back and pick up the items. And again, varying degrees of life and density here, but it really, really jumped up my average clear speed, which went up to 11 minutes, just over. So actually, it was quicker. This was the thing that I didn't really get, and I was assuming without the hard data. When people are doing a showcase run on a class that's bad at looting, it is sometimes quicker for them to clear the map and go back and pick up the items. And I think that's probably going to be especially true on classes that have teleport. It's just simply quicker to do it this way. They're not, it's not cheesing or anything. It is actually quicker. Now, again, let's look at the Amazon multi-shot hybrid, doing Chaldeums of similar density and stuff like that, run-throughs with no loot. And again, won't read the numbers off, but the average here was 7 minutes and 21 seconds for those 3 maps. I didn't run back through and pick up the loot on those because, well, the Amazon is slow and wasn't much loot to pick up on those. But it certainly would have been longer than 3 minutes on the very fast burst of speed of Assassin, right? So you can see that my average probably would have gone into that 12-minute range, far over what the Assassin was doing. Then I decided to do my regular run-throughs where I stop and pick up the loot, get the decoys, ID things, and move on. And you can see the numbers here again. My average only went up 20 seconds. That's it. So when I'm running, if you're running the summon Zon or a multi-shot Zon, this is the difference between effective clear speed. The clear speed on the Amazon and the way it works, at least my multi-shot hybrid, is it's better to sit down and loot as you go. While on something that's not a great looter, it's better to clear out and go back and get the items. And like I said, I think this will be different. So when people are talking about clear speed, it's always kind of like, what are you talking about? Because technically speaking, my summon Zon is much, much faster than the Assassin on these Chaldeums. Even 721 and 745, it's clearing them as fast as the run-through on the Assassin with no loot. There's a difference between classes and all that, but, the point of this is, what do you mean by clear speed? Because technically the Assassin runs Chaldeums just as quickly as the summon, or the multi-shot hybrid. 721 to 745 for the Amazon, and an average of 733, no looting on the Assassin. Well, great, but if I want the loot, my Assassin jumps to 9 minutes, 32 seconds. If I want to loot as I go, it jumps up all the way up to 11 minutes. So which class is faster? Technically the Assassin is faster by, will be faster by a little bit. It's faster right now, if I do no looting, than the multi-shot Zon, but not so much when I want to pick things up. So when you're looking at these showcases, always remember that. What is the effective clear speed here? If you're seeing a Necromancer jump around, like a Teeth Necromancer is a very good mapper in clear, and if you get it, GG'd out and you have your Blood Warp up, it might be very similar to what you're seeing on the showcase, right? They clear these maps out, and sometimes in 3-4 minutes, and then they can just teleport around and pick up the gear. I know their effective clear speed is now probably like 5 or 6 minutes, but it's not what the showcase is showing. And meanwhile, a class without teleport really has to either have some sort of crazy speed boost, or have speed built in. Like, I think Multi-Cum-Shot, his Zon probably is just the fastest in the game because of the way he's built it. But you can go look him up on the armory. He's got run-walk charms all over the place. So I bet you when your run-walk's that high, maybe your effective clear speed isn't that much. But, for the rest of us mortals who don't have the GG characters out there, I think that's something you have to consider. So I hope this was informative. And, when you're looking at clear speeds, always ask yourself, is this the effective clear speed or is this the showcase clear speed? And more importantly, do you even care about that? So, see you next time.